I'm about to walk into a tree and my phone is anyways, so I may have declined a trust from my Friday decades ago because I refuse to be with un cuero que be having illegal prostitutes in my own home, and then I won't ever be able to enter my own home. What else? 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 You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky Designs con lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INGAYIAFAY. I'm tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/F/Arlene Lorenzo. I'm asking for $1 million through GoFundMe.com because it's the website I can ask for. GoFundMe.com. Maybe it's the money. Mostly legal prostitutes and basuras, thieves, leeches, I don't waste my time. What else? What else? I'm tagging the FBI. This post, I'm seeking the death penalty for mostly everyone in my family of origin. That steals from me, that stays in my homes without my permission. That steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. That steals my vehicles. That are trying to rape me. That are trying to have a conversation with me, just sexually harass me. Or taking me money, which I do not tolerate. So there's a lot of people, sadly good people maybe, that have missed out on being taken money due to mostly my family of origin being a rapist, murderer, and sexual harassment. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's where those thieves get the money from. The good people sometimes are like, well, como Arlene está aquí, que le compraría hoy en su cumpleaños. And they extort people to money themselves. In the meantime, when I'm financially stable, when my vagina is wet, I've had to tell the pandemic because of the what else? I'm bored. I'm heading over to the thank you for watching. So like this post. Awesome. Okay, I don't receive any money gifted to me. And people, the majority of people are waiting for my family of origin to rehabilitate themselves to be women and men. That doesn't mean that they leave with their vaginas and penises. They're so gross. They know what's right or wrong and they choose the wrong thing. That is so... It's worse than seeing vomit. My family of origin for the most part is worse than seeing vomit. Ew. They're rapists. Ew. And then they want to brag about it publicly with videos and pictures that they want to show me so that I show you them for them to pimp themselves onto you. Son cuero y cuera. Anyways, my phone is turning up soon. I know. $4. I make a great wife material con quien se casó el fraile. Just kidding. Those leeches that I grew up around want to tie me in married, which is impossible, to one man all the time. Porque what if I get pregnant and I abandon my baby and throw it in a trash can? The people brought to you by the people that throw babies in the trash can. They want to make one miserable. They're like, we can't trust her. If she's polyamorous and gets pregnant, well, will she throw the baby? People say there's no baby child. And that's a woman right there. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, I stayed under budget. Lo que se perdió el fraile. Just kidding. Dito. I never think about him. What else? What else? Which is hilarious. If people talk about me and him. Oh, yes! Or she was too busy with her baby making. We've all been with the baby daddy, we know how that is too. Or we don't see it. Porque Edgar Orgía se la pasa spanking himself para que nadie lo toque. Y nos quedamos con las ganas de ver la rutina. Have you heard of those? Some rape victims I've heard que dan un asco en orgía, farting, spanking themselves. Mocking those that are love-making or consensual. And some do it to try to attract in private. Like I have a routine in private. You must see me este peo, me lo tiro también. Ew. They advertise services at an orgy for the most part. I've never been at an orgy that I remember where a girl has been, but I possibly met him during one. If he and I had plans to have babies since before I was like 3 years old, but I don't remember him ever from those days. Just when I was like 8 years old at the party from hell, porque I didn't like anyone else. I got scolded by Albert that why was I looking for hookups when he was available. What? I didn't plan the party. What else? What else? What else? So I walked up to a girl and said, "You and I are still babies together." I didn't even know his name. Oh my goodness, I must say hi. And he was like, "Yeah." And then I played it with him that day. My idea. That's hard for those of you that don't know that. And then I saw him again around 16. And I'm like, I like this boy. I want to get pregnant with pregnant. I want to get pregnant. I want to get. What else? What else? Decades later. Dating for longer years. Millions of people die all the time due to my family to rape me for the most part. And close to people because I don't want my heart to invade my privacy and rape. Look at others, like they're treating Edgar like trash at the moment. Ew. They're so disgusting. They're embarrassing. I hope they kill themselves for me. All I care, I want them to kill themselves today. And they think that we're besties. What? I'm so bored. Who's gifting money today? I'm bored. I'll be here until 8. What else? What else? I see that people give me money. I've already sent my. What is that? GoFundMe campaign to a few people throwing that. And what else? So, what else? So, do I have a home con my fraile? They built it anyways. Y se quedan en la casa. And he's full of excuses. Like, I'm always busy. I'm always busy. Tiene legal hookers there. Fuck, vente por acá, o lo violaron. Porque he was a little kid when that happened. What else? What else? Que can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. That steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles. I had at least 4 BMWs by the age of 19 that had been stolen from me. Just because my siblings want to try to rape me, so they want to be like, that's the baby of the family. Don't let her grow up, so, because then if she has kids, there's proof that she is a grown woman with a period and ovaries that were these carrots expired. What is it? You can decapitate everyone. Steals my homes and steals my vehicles just to see a day in the life of me. They're rapists, murderers. They don't ever give me money. They're masturbating to my sadness. And they're like, if she doesn't exist, then she's available to me in her life for me to masturbate. So, not so deplorable. I wish someone would just on them right away. For the most part is where they stay. What else? I'm addicted to those. All my grandparents were alive. What else? They are truly detrimental to society. Those people that I grew up around. It's not just for fun that I want to kill them. I have very much knowledge of girls. They are abusing people just for fun, just to be a status symbol. Y alguien decapitate Arlene Lorenzo se ve esa tipa una puera asquerosa, una basura. Se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso, me roba mi dinero, me roba mis vehículos. She's trying to rape me. She retaliates by raping my crushes. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. What else? They're trying for me to turn into, ay, qué bendición, gratis, ya nunca voy a tener que comprar comida. Que me muera para ir a hacer la girl. Cuando digo que son basura, no hay palabra bien de ver a esto. Es peor que ver vómito. Bonita es peor que ver vómito. Ver a María Luisa Rosa es peor que ver vómito. Dan un asco. They're disgusting. They steal one's homes, they steal one's vehicles, they steal one's money, they get in the way of one receiving money. They cause for one's children to be separated from one, thinking that they're the hot girl on Tinder. Son puercas, son basuras. Ew, ew, ew. It's so close to killing Jennifer Bonilla. I just couldn't remember why. But I don't dwell on the theft towards me. Ooh, what I want to shop. Hold up for me. Anyways, so yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? I hate it getting me started on such pendejos having loyalty to the penises that have abused me. Or if they want a chance at me, que no lo culpen a él, full gente tan bruta. It's like dollars first. Didn't I match con el fraile on Tinder already? They're disgusting, they're so embarrassing. Ew, 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 ew. Para que la madre no los mate. Esa tipa una puerca, no fueron. You can decapitate a Luz Carrero. What else? 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 That's it. What a nice vehicle. Do I want one? What else? You can decapitate Garmin Saturday from me and steals from Jaden, steals from Kainani, que asco, Master Sergeant, primera basura de child support. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and or trying to rape me. You can decapitate everyone that has caused my starvation, my homelessness. You can decapitate everyone that has caused my poverty, my homelessness, Jade and Kailani being separated from me. You can decapitate Cuero es asqueroso, David Ledesma is trying to rape me, historials, trying to trap me. Into a miserable marriage for him to be the hot boy on Tinder. I'm bored. You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. No, I need that. I'm gonna take myself to range and watch TV and then sleep. There's Chick-fil-A nearby. Oh, with that meat, 300 main. That's the attraction for Chick-fil-A. You want fast food? That comes with a kid's meal. What else would the walking distance fun? We can decapitate David in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 already filed police report against him recently. As of a few weeks ago. You can decapitate Patricia Vargas that is trying to rape me. Es una porosperosa Sofía Inés raping. You can decapitate Jorge Aviles that raped me in 2016 for after my vagina pictures to show them to these cueros asquerosidades. You can decapitate Joana Vargas. I'm bored. You can decapitate David Ledesma. You can decapitate Alejandro Riar. They speak fame. They're so gross. You can decapitate Margarita Correa. That's not a woman, that's a joke. Una puerca. You can decapitate Sonia Galo Chapman. You can decapitate Rosaura Soto Rosa. You can decapitate Mina Berrios. You can decapitate Berlin. She in the traffic me into poverty. She steals from me, stays in my homes without my permission, rapes my crushes, gets in the way of me receiving money. Una puerca asquerosa. Basura. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Diana Acevedo. You can decapitate Madeline Acevedo. That's un asco. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa, una cuero puerca asquerosa trying to rape me. She's disgusting. You can decapitate Marcos Carrero. You can decapitate Yesenia Ramirez Lorenzo. Conversation. I shall throw this out and see it. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Kayla Barnes. Mira qué asco esa tipa. She's an illegal prostitute since she was like 5 years old. Es un asco. A drug addict from what she said to me in Nordstrom while she was stalking me. Ew, un asco. You can decapitate Jandan Manoven. If he stays without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me money, steals my money, pays people illegally to misrepresent me. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. It's an illegal prostitute, una asquerosidad. They get close to me to ask for more money for their services. They're like, dude, she spends much more money in Starbucks than I thought. You need to pay me more. She was stalking me on Facebook. Nordstrom. Akers military orders are predictable for a lot of people. Oh, and I even posted it online. That he and I had bought a house in San Antonio on Facebook. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. Es un asco, una basura. She steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my vehicles, rapes my crushes in retaliation for me not letting her rape me, so my crushes that are men worth pursuing want me dead. Or because vanity that I show physically that they're getting raped. Those pretty boys. Vamos con phone. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo con una cuero, basura, asquerosidad. You can decapitate Isabel Munoz con una asquerosidad, trying to force me to have my siblings rape me. She's disgusting. She wants to be the hot girl on Tinder, so she wants me to be trapped, being raped. You're disgusting. You can decapitate Isabel. Take out my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jaden Kainani S2. Separate Jaden Kainani from me. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, steals from me, gets in the way of me receiving money, and rapes my crushes. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Erika Gargapi. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Janice Vega. You can decapitate Manuel Garcia Rios. You can decapitate Gustavo Cáceres. Tagging the FBI in this post. I was at a sandwich earlier, chips and some concha. Then I got a Guadalupe Shrine Church. Right now I'm eating some of the contents that I got at Catholic Charities along with what I bought at HEB. Okay, even if one is being gifted free food, one supplements, and this in my case. What else was this? Was fun to record and to watch while ignoring the title. Because I mean, look like earlier charging my phone so I could use my best friends. We're gonna have the VR. I'm bored. I wanna watch this movie. Is it showing what is that? The AMC workshops that we listened to. Yeah, workshops and listening. What? Decapitates those and watch. And flies. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Sonia Laurel Chapman. You can decapitate everyone. This caused my starvation. What else? 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 I want to watch it at 7:50 today. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And more. What else? And more. You can decapitate everyone that's caused my starvation. You can decapitate everyone that's caused my starvation, my poverty, my homelessness. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that has messaged me. Such messages getting in the way of me receiving money, wasting my time. They're so disgusting. They're trying to get me to kill myself with this type of networks. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Evelyn de Jesús, que una cuera asquerosa, basura, el niño prostitute que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Me roba mi vehículo, me roba mi dinero, and gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that's caused my homelessness, my poverty, and Jaden Gilani being separated from me. It's June 17, 2025. You can decapitate Kaden Leon. You can decapitate Miss Nieves if she's still alive. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. Una puerca asquerosa. You can decapitate Mandy Hanson, que una cuero asquerosa. She stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Elisa Martinez. You can decapitate Norida Galicia. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez or his sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money. That steal my vehicles, that drug me and rape me, just to be the hot guy on Tinder. Oh my god, I got invited to this party. I just have a dress to wear. El Nasco, he's so passe, gente, he's so passe. He's the biggest fall pause. He's so passe. For real. And he doesn't get any concept. Bruto, es un asco. Un cuero asqueroso, basura, asquerosidad. A big that doesn't respect my polyamory and wants to treat me as I'm a hooker when he's the illegal hooker, drug addict, basura, asquerosidad. Ew, están so passe, so faux pas, so asco. Blech. You can decapitate Luis Lorenzo that tried to rape me when I was 14. You can decapitate Arnaldo Torres Callosa if he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate me, young Kim Tower Limao. You can decapitate Arlene Lorenzo. You can decapitate Maria Luisa Rosa. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate the Señora Miriam Lorenzo. They think they're married to Mark Zuckerberg and they can behave however they want on Facebook. Porque they're like, wow, if I met Mark Zuckerberg on a personal level. Why do I need to change my lewd ways? They're stupid. Mark Zuckerberg, to my understanding, visited them as part, as what is it? País tercermundista, que no es tercermundista, pero esta gente lo hacen ver tercermundista, and they think they're so powerful that they know Mark Zuckerberg. They're disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Dan un asco. They're disgusting. That was years before Richie was born. What else? What else? I'm bored. What else? They're disgusting. Yeah. They're embarrassing. They were warned decades ago. Don't be an illegal prostitute on Facebook. It's a networking site. Decades ago. Decades ago. I'm gonna shop today. What else? 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 You can decapitate me. So the sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me, receive money. Have drugged me and raped me and have people that I don't want to have sex with rape me just because they don't want to accept my polyamory. They don't want to accept that marriage to me is just when I run into someone, be like, oh my God, nice to see you. Let's make plans right now, next day, in a month, 2 years from now. Amazing, great. And I could have like hundreds of that if I want to, if my time allows for it. They want to try to make it seem that marriage is just a man and woman. That's just for procreation. There's IVF. They've been said that years ago. Years ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want to watch this movie today. Maybe here. Maybe here. So I'm not that close to the people sitting in the back. Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? I want to laugh. And I want to order snacks there. What else is there to do at the shops at River Center? In your embrace, wish we could stay like this forever. Dance until mortal feeling my love. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else on a shop at Shams today? Finish line. Also, a Foot Locker. On Legos. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What else? Was he mocking me like that was my first time ever playing Legos at a homeless shelter? And the host that he pays illegally, porque he went that route, gente, un asco. He pays hosts illegally to invade my homes. And they're like, she has Legos displayed in a few places in the house. Like that Volkswagen bus was in the entryway once. So this isn't her first time playing Legos or seeing Legos. And they still go through with the acorn tourism. Yeah. Mama, in your embrace is the mirror. Oh, I want that one. Oh, that's hilarious. My birthday is in 2 days. What else? Lord. Kaylani, I think, has one of these. those floor ones. Anyways, I placed an order to Target when it was Haven for Hope, and they want to mock me that I was there playing Legos and not getting dick. Huh? Who? Okay, does he watch what I do and talk to people about it? He steals from me, he gets in the way of me receiving money, he's raped me, he's drugged me, treating me like I'm some sort of witch for being polyamorous. He's killed millions of people mocking my polyamory. So gross. Ew, wants to make it seem like the people that can get laid with multiple people are only the illegal hookers and drug addicts. Es bruto. What else? Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't do that on purpose for the photo op, but I did order pads for my period along with Target snacks and Legos most likely. What else? What else? That was just me brainstorming. Where's the Lego house? Incredible love, my love. Oh, fun. Kehlani lost so many of these and those moves that I had to make possibly. You can decapitate me, having sort the sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that terrorize me, they steal my homes, they steal my vehicles. They have people infiltrate my life, so gross. Ew. These people go through the lens of joining someone in the military just to be close to one. And I laugh at them like, you have money and you're here stalking me? Ew. Fuck, qué asco. Ew. Dan un asco. Ew. You can decapitate Gustavo Cáceres, you can decapitate Sonia Alvarado Chapman, you can decapitate Rosaura Soto Rosa, you can decapitate Tiffany Ann, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Menorito Queros, is that him? That's bullying me through email. Full. These are people of adult age. Este nene tiene como 30 y pico de años. Even if he threatened to kill him if he's ever near me, he can't treat me with such disrespect. Okay, I could kill myself over this type of gaslighting. What else? I want to eat at Range today. Also, because I'm wearing shorts and so on tan. What else? But I want to shop today. What else? Legal prostitute that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Ew. You can decapitate everyone that's caused my anxiety, my poverty, my depression, my homelessness. And can only to be separated from me. What else? It's getting late. Wish we could stay like this forever. dancing mama, these arms beyond us. This kind of love doesn't matter. Mama, system down. Anyways, I haven't got $1 or anything. Unless someone gifted me money. What else? What else? What else? What are you here to do? Oh, fries. You can decapitate me, honey. So the sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steals my homes, that steals my vehicles as if I'm some sort of witch for being polyamorous. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. Foda un asco. Ay, vestido de Skyline. Should be gifting again something for his birthday next month. Possibly on July 17th. He loves puzzles. These arms beyond us. Oh, that's amazing. It's your Father's Day. I'm like a $200,000 or custom vehicle for his birthday. Oh, I thought this was in the hundreds. For real. Hilarious. It's possibly much smaller than I thought it is, or maybe not. It's a backward too. That's hilarious. What else? 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 How big is it? Um, I have all day to do nothing today. All these people that want to rape me call me an irresponsible mother. How am I gonna get to pick up my kids if I don't have money or a vehicle? He wants to have those conversations as if yo le debo explicaciones. Es un cuero asqueroso because he's a porn addict and he's a rapist. He's like, tell me more about how you don't have money in your stomach. Que aquí mismo te estoy dando el pene sin tú darte cuenta. Es un asco, es basura. Full. So I don't talk to them. I don't even talk to my parents at the moment. And he already killed Gloria Mirza. Oh. Anyways, I want fries from here. Possibly pizza. Oh, that would make sense. Bread. Is there a specific size section? You know, but I don't do that. And there's the Aspen size. It usually goes with, sorry, no, we can't accommodate that order, or yes, we can. Either way, there's Aspen fries. What? What else? What else? What else? Me asking to have the hand removed from the stomach. And what else? What else? So no, I don't need to see what is it that he does with the money that he steals from me or where he puts his penis. I'm not the marriage type of just like a single one. He doesn't need to be trying to kill his brother for if I wanted Catholic marriage with him that he wouldn't accept anyways. Because that's what makes it that they're laughing. They're so, what is it? Bastardo asqueroso que tiene padre, mocking las mujeres que son codependientes, que that's what they turn into sadly, codependiente. He thinks he can influence me into becoming that just for me seeing that behavior? That's not natural. I can't hold this shit. So I can flush my computer. What else? Money today. Anyways, I shall use the restroom. Free to use the restroom at least. As well. Yeah, wants to know. Or not even that. Did I already? Since I'm in the mood to cook for myself. What else? I missed it and I was going to what do I want? I want to spare this. Hold on. Based on what? Let me see here. Maybe potatoes. Mm, so potatoes. Anyways, back to this. The floor one of Puerto Rico for you can decapitate Jennifer Mari Vasquez that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. You can decapitate Jenitza Munoz Carrero. You can decapitate Grisel Soto Rosa. You can decapitate Jennifer Solarte. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. I miss dating, I miss cleaning, I miss my apartment being this clean, I miss cooking for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Richie Hill that raped me in 2023. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jaden and Kaylani being abusive towards me as to separate Jaden and Kaylani from me. You can decapitate everyone that killed Gloria Nilsson. You can decapitate Damaris Aviles that threatened me as a child to stay away from her cat. Son cueros asquerosos, estos tipos son unos puercos, son una basura, lo que traen es mierda towards la vida de una that they're not worth pursuing ever. Son unos cueros asquerosos, son basura. Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate Aida Carrero that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jada and Kehlani being abusive towards me to separate Jada and Kehlani from me. You can decapitate Richie Hill that raped me in 2023. You can decapitate David Ledesma that gets in the way of me receiving money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, is looking for content to show it to them of my vagina, of my culo, of my fingers, of my lingerie. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Yeah, they're terrifying. Full. I don't want that in my life ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Margarita Correa. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as long as it's not Jane Kilani being abusive towards me. It's just Jane Kilani from me. You can decapitate whoever sent me this message as to separate Jane Kilani from me. You can decapitate Julie Halverdier. You can decapitate Sonia Alvarado Chapman. You can decapitate Sienna Ramirez. That stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, and bullied me through Facebook in 2020. I want fries, pizza. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I miss dating. I miss Kaylani. I miss dating. I miss Kaylani. Who's gifting me money today? What else? 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 Oh, listen to the song again. What else? You can decapitate Gustavo Cáceres that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my money, and bullied me to Facebook in 2020. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and his sons that rape me, that steal my money, that get in the way of me receiving money, that steal my homes, that steal my vehicles, as if I'm a witch for being polyamorous. Dan un asco. Full. So disgusting. They're stalkers, they're servers. You can decapitate Munoz Carrero, steals from me and steals from Jaden, steals from King Lonnie. You can decapitate Janice Vega, you can decapitate Gustavo Cáceres, you can decapitate whoever that is. Reynaldo Martinez's sister. They're the insignificant that I remember her names. You can decapitate Miriam Carrero, you can decapitate Maribel Pérez, you can decapitate Marilisa Echevarría, you can decapitate Melissa Gómez y todas las primas que se quedan en mi casa sin mi permiso, me roban mi vehículo, me roban mi dinero and get in the way of me receiving money. Dan un asco. They're deplorable, they're servants. You can decapitate Elizabeth Roman, you can decapitate Vidalina Carrero, you can decapitate Ginny Arlene Lorenzo Suarez. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Luis Reyes, you can decapitate Glenda Acevedo, you can decapitate Michelle Cordero, you can decapitate Amy Bauman Elizondo, you can decapitate Brittany Gerald. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What is this? I like this one. I want it for myself. For me too. Oh, cute. It's Kate's birthday. What? These arms in your embrace. This one doesn't matter. My love. I want to shop at Nordstrom today. Is it too many? Anyways, this is progress. Last year, during this time, I didn't remember their names. Ese Andrew, ese Albert, ese Basura, ese Alicia, Querosidad, Alex, Pendejo, Cuero. They steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, I get in the way of me receiving money, they cause my starvation. That says I'm some sort of witch for being polyamorous. Dan un asco. They're disgusting. Ew. They illegally prostitute themselves just to be able to have men and women all over their bodies. They're disgusting. They do drugs just to be able to have men and women all over their bodies porque Catholicism. Everyone in Nahui Chiquito is a Catholic. It's a leash, a promoter that, yes, babies come from men and women. That just means that they're educated, that they know where babies come from. What? Those conversations were had decades ago. Decades ago. Decades ago. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? I'm bored. I want to shop for myself today. I want a BMW. I had at least 4 when I was 19 in 1999, and I didn't get to drive any of them because these basuras steal my vehicles as if I'm a witch for being polyamorous and then go on to give it to whoever sucks his dick. They take sinning to a level where it looks so dumb. Sinning is just making a mistake. Oh, I know what I was going to look for. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. So, yeah, when I first saw a Fraile, and he said, "Good to see you," a few weeks ago, I'm like, "As a colleague? Does he know who I am? As a colleague? Is that why he said, good to see you?" What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. else? What else? What else? What else? Who's gifting me money today? I'm gonna cook that for myself. I miss making banana bread with Jaden Canona. What do I want from Lego? What is this? In your embrace, this crowd doesn't matter. Some people want to burn Toys R Us so that his girlfriend Italy doesn't say you didn't just drive Maseratis from age 0 as a toy and threw them down a hill for fun while you couldn't drive. That's what I've been doing. I was 2 years old and my dad was like, do I throw it with the person in it or just the car? Do you want it in flames or not? Okay, there goes the Maserati down the hill and it burns. I just played with my toy today. Life poverty is situational, circumstantial. No one's judging. If someone were gonna judge me and not want a relationship with me because I eat this, then so be it. For real. For real. What else? 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 Oh, how I miss you. I get rid of so those dry waffles that were made out of what type of flour? They're so good. They just feel like one is eating grain. What else? I still have a pair of sandals that I haven't used. I'm waiting to buy myself an outfit for them to match. I got them last year or the year before. I even for Hope at the warehouse. They're brand new from Walmart. What else? 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 In your embrace, this crowded world doesn't matter. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of my sexuality. Hobbies are fun. Hey, Lonnie's birthday is coming up. I'm born. Who's gifting money today? They're still conferring over which kid is more important to me for them to stop putting guns to people's heads so that people give me money and the kids will be reunited with me. That's why we suggest you only have one kid. Wait until her birthday is ruined on the 19th because now the library is closed and she doesn't have money or food. That's what they're saying. They're deplorable. They're not husband material. They're not even fuck buddy material. These are the worst guests at an orgy. So gross. Worst guests at an orgy when I was a child. A very young child. So disgusting. Ew, they become stalkers. Full. They steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, they get in the way of me receiving money. Ew, 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 ew. My lord. I miss you, I miss you. What are these? Oh, I love pistachio. Oh, so now we're down to in Arlene's polyamory stuff. For her birthday, she was at camp with my brother that hates her. Arlene was crying with the canister all over downtown. Someone give me money, please, that I can't feed myself and my children. Ella este año lo va a pasar con el flyer de Arlene lloriqueando que todavía no tiene dinero y tiene hambre. That's how they speak. They're disgusting. They have a persecution against me as if I'm some sort of witch because I am polyamorous. That's natural to me, like my green eyes. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They're deplorable. They're so gross. In the meantime, he's taking a fraile out el jueves. En my Maserati, por si yo me entero, por si yo averiguo, por si en unos años alguien me da el chisme. Él no entiende lo que es el catolicismo, que it just means that a man and a woman have babies. Porque se necesita semen y se necesita un ovario. That's just it. Not that those people are better than. Es bruto. Es bruto. If, what is that? Is that Hertz Rentals? Hertz Rentals had said, gente, you need sperm and no, to get pregnant, they deserve just the same respect as Catholicism. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They're disgusting. They're so gross. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I'm very much awake porque yo me estoy relatando lo que está sucediendo el abuso hacia mí y lo que observo porque lo que necesito es dinero. I could be on Tinder right now. I'd possibly match con el fraile in Tinder. Ew, 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 ew. These people are so disgusting. They're scary because once they set out on a hate crime to just to prove that they're right, they try to kill one. They're very dangerous. Because then they want to go out with polyamory just to prove that they were right. What else? I'm bored. Oh, those plates, I've had something similar. I love bacon on my pizza. Garlic so good on pizza too. Some people bring their own little container. Those skill chips are so good at his restaurant in, what was it, in Roseville, California. So lovely. What else? What else? What else? I feel so special sometimes. Look at these people do it for themselves and or the fame too. Because I guess who's in town and doesn't have sex. nosotros. And in a few years, gonna be saying like, oh my How am I working? And decapitate Gustavos Cáceres. You can decapitate Sarah Woolsey. She's not a great hostess. Me, belittle me, mock me that I never want to read about it. Just for, oh, Sarah, like my titties. Because our date is a terrible wife. Ew, ew, ew. They're so gross. If I could remember their names, I would, or knew if they're on social media, I would tag them here. Son unos cueros asquerosos. They're disgusting. Que see my fingers hurt in 2021, gente. With all that I had to remember, I didn't remember. Is that one Andrew? Is that one Alex? I don't even know if that's his real name. There's Albert too. I never think about them. Ew. Full. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's get water. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Had I not commented here just yet? What else? Even if I'm an ungrateful brat, I get to deserve to buy as many BMWs as I want and be ungrateful about it. As long as I'm not killing anyone with that language or that behavior. Dan un asco. He said decades ago that he might create an account for like Janice Vega so that I would be mistaken, be like, you can kill Janice Vega, and it be him behind the account. Gente, what a faux pas, what a posse. He thought that Sally bag rich and expensive. OMG, these people's drama is so nerve-wracking. Would be like here, but Arlene, like, isn't this? Porque ellos hablan like miles de palabras de más todos los días too. So he thought this was gonna be a gathering place for people to talk about him, and he's see how many followers and fans he has and how many haters I have. He doesn't understand marketing. He doesn't understand social media. Doesn't understand respect. What else? 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 I'm bored. I want to knock right now. At a hotel room and watch TV on those on what's TV on right now. Some old show right now. possibly black and white. What else? What else? And leave it on and then fall asleep with the TV on. Very low volume. And wake up and continue watching and be like, oh, that show's still on. It's something else. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martínez Nurrias. What does she wants to tell me? Que se lo ha mamado el fraile todos estos años y yo no lo vi nunca. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. In the meantime, I want to watch Megan later. Oh, at 7:50 downtown. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So hilarious porque he doesn't take accountability for stealing from me, and he's truly expecting Jenna Davis to buy my ticket for me to watch the movie, or Allison Williams. That's how they speak. Like, si quiere ver esa película, que le pague ella para verle ya la película. Who is this by? Universal. Que le pague Universal Pictures a ella para ver la película, si ella quiere ver la película. What else? 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 I want to shop for myself at HEB later and cook for myself. I have roaches in my apartment, sadly. What else? 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 I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? I want to pay my bill. I want to get the electricity connected. So they're wishful thinkers. They're like, wow, wow, wow. Don't give her money porque YouTube will delete that video where she said. O una vez ella se recuerde que a ella le gusta el fraile y lo vea. Ella va a decir, guys, me fui, qué vergüenza, closing my laptop. Porque me gusta el fraile y estoy pobre, qué vergüenza que ahora el fraile sabe que yo soy pobre. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Stay mommy. Who's gifting me money today? I'm gonna shop at H&M later. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? I owe fees to customers. He's trying to traffic me into my parents' home after he killed Gloria and her son. To rape me there. I don't want to live in my dad's home. I have a right to live wherever I want. I shouldn't have to exercise this right of showing the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for him to, he doesn't even respect that. Eso es peor que un nene chiquito. Dan un asco. Dan un asco. And then they have a younger sibling, lo cogen de rehén. They're like, you can't help Arlene. You can't have sex with Arlene or kill you. And then just to not look like they're the bad guy, They've drugged me, and I think he's been there. I think 9 years younger than me has been there for him to show the video and be like he had sex with her in a controlled environment. So gross. I don't even count that as happening, so they don't exist to me. Ew, 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 ew. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? What else? 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 I'm bored. Anyways, I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people through Instagram. What else? What else? What else? I already saw this. And I already sent my GoFundMe campaign to this person. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I missed you. I was getting on. It's good. I was a Megan Cass. Forget the when Encanto is out, I think. It's like you're on my radar right now. And how many Jenna Davis can I find on Instagram? And how many stay away just to not be like I can be found more quickly if I'm not on Instagram. There. Oh, I can't see that. I'm just gonna. Have I sent it to too many people? What should I send it? Oh, just what else is. I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh, there it is. I'm bored. Is my phone charged? Put my brownies in the bag. There's food that I'm disposing of. I'm gonna take a nap, but I'm ready to stay at a hotel. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I gotta just learn something today. Porque possibly 2 minutes ago I didn't know who Steven. What is that? What is that spelling? Share is John Kingston. There. I have a new song to listen to today. When I visit the beach next month. So early, you know. What else? I'll listen to this at a later time. When the volume is louder. I'm more. It's not that loud. Oh, I don't know if that's the vlog soon. I miss data, I miss my mom, I miss not giving money to them. Who follows Creed and Kids? I don't fight over dick and vagina. They're mistaken and fight over dick. You know, well, he steals my money and gets in the way of me receiving money. Es un asco, un puerco, una basura. Uno de ellos tiene complejo de que es que mi primer esposo. Y me trata tan mal, me roba mi vehículo, me roba mi casa, me roba mi dinero, hace que me violen. Es un puerco, es basura, una asquerosidad. Full, 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 full. It's so embarrassing that I don't ever plan to talk to him. Ew, even if he rehabilitates himself or habilitates himself. Okay. How much older are they? Probably like 8, 13 years. It just seems like they've never had one day where they're humans. Oh, they're not legend either. Oh, they're far from it. They're terrorists. What else? What else? What else? Or go to water. Definitely constantly someone playing with nuts. Like it's and that's my large pan. You know, make a frittata for myself. What else? When I get on Tinder next week or Rumble. My siblings don't need to know that I'm on Bumble or Tinder. To treat me like a toddler and be like, she must disclose to her siblings that she's on Bumble or Tinder and who she's dated because they're older than her and they can become her caregivers. He's a porn addict, he's a sex addict, always looking for someone to rape. He's very dangerous. So that's why he invades my privacy and lures people in with she must disclose her siblings. But she does it. Huh? É porco basura. Let me turn this. What else? I'm bored. Anyways, do Friday and I have a home y él se prostituye legalmente para Friday. What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm gonna shop for myself and Jaden can orange right? So now they go on to Steven shares a nice song. Let me look your cool up again. Posted about and he's crying for a woman cheater to people publicly while he rapes and takes people hostage. But that's more accurate. Rapist, kidnapper. Those are so cute. I purposely avoid them like the plague. Ahora por fin. Please don't drag me into your drama que no causaste tú. It's in English. I'm so annoyed with this bitch. She's not even aware at this moment of how hate she is. And these guys just took me hostage to talk to me about her. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. Who is the book I will following? Who is the yes following? Late. I'm bored. What is that? We should say that. Anyways, who's gifting money? I've never conditioned anything on me to provide for me. So I'm not certain. Like I've always known who steals from me years before Jada and Kehlani were born. So it's unfair to Jada and Kehlani for me to make them responsible for me financially. When there's people that steal from me, when there's people that can give me money. What else? 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 This is so slow. You can decapitate Jandar Malavé if he stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, hires people illegally to pretend to be me. What else? 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 I'm bored. This is so slow. I want to shop by H&M today. And I wonder what I'll do on my birthday on June 19, 2025. And 2026. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Ellas le gritan ¿qué? Ella va a estar todavía el año que viene pidiendo dinero. Tú no te estarás masturbando ella, ¿verdad? Para eso es que ella lo pasa. Para eso es que ella está todo el día en el internet lloriqueando, enseñando su cara, enseñando su cuerpo, para que tú te masturbes al lado de ella. They're disgusting, those people that I grew around. They cause poverty, they cause starvation onto one para entonces estar el único día que no le toca hablar con él en el mes. Talking to him y peleándole. Let's just say que this one se ve con él todos los días 2 del mes. Va a estar desde el 17, antes del 2. Tú no te estarás masturbando pensando en Arlene, ¿verdad? Tú no estarás ahora hablando mismo con ella. El día 2. Tú no estás pensando en Arlene, ¿verdad? Tú no estás leyendo a Arlene por Facebook, ¿verdad? El día 19. Tú no estarás pensando en Arlene, ¿verdad? These people are so disgusting. They are disgusting. They just fill dead air with abuse, with terrorism. Hablan palabras de más. Sometimes they don't want to get rejected on the 26th, so they go on and create a fairy tale story. So disgusting. just to talk to him. By the way, vi un video de Arlene y Arlene se tiró un peo. ¿Quieres salir hoy conmigo a comer? Porque no me toca hasta el 2. Creo que Arlene vio el fraile. Yo vi el sábado. Se matará porque no lo voy a oír. Llévame a comer. Vamos para la playa, dale. Invítate a este, invítate al otro. Invítate al fraile el sábado. ¿Se recuerdan cuando Arlene estaba en Corazón de Vicente y mi hermano estaba allí? Y no se lo pudo clavar. Por lo menos nosotros todos nos vamos a ver el día 5 juntitos. They're rapists, they're murderers, they're thieves, they're so disgusting, they're such a turn off that I have much more better sex alone with my vagina than having being around this. And this to me is pretty, that dick. That dick to me is such, like, physically on the outside, so attractive. Ew, ew, ew. It doesn't know how to behave. It's so gross. And it's not available to me too, and I respect that. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can decapitate her run. This steals my money. That gets in the way of my receipt money. That steals my calls. Right now, I'm sweating a lot. That's what it is. Should I? This time around because it's the second. Oh, the record place. The police. It's the SAPD records. I got filed 2 police reports against these people in 2021, and I don't have the numbers written anymore because my iPhone stopped working. Do I need, if it's just a number, do I need to, I can't remember. I may. Do I need to request it? I just want the number. Can't remember. I'll call in. Where can I find the number? To call. Or did I write it down? No. I'm not. I'm trying not to laugh at how people describe these grossness. That he'll go to a restaurant and he'll hold their hands, open the door for them, and they're like, "Just una dama." And they're all like, "Oh my god, he thinks I'm a lady. People are gonna think you're a lady." Wow. Ew, son basuras, son lo peor. Ew, ew, ew. I won't ever, unless this close to me later on, show how gross they are behind the scenes, how they speak. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, ew, ew. They're disgusting. Anyways, I'm still looking here for the records department. What else? Suckers. I'll be live from my computer later.